Good day, I'm Jonathan Trinity Martin. I'm a channel, a contactee, experiencer, ufologist and skeptic. And I like to call myself a skeptic because I was a ufologist for many years before I got into the channeling and things like this. And I like to look at cases from all angles. Like a lot of people I speak to, they'll tell me that they've seen something in the sky, and I'll look at the video of it, and it's obviously sometimes it's stars. I've had people say, look, it's a ship, and they're pointing at stars in the sky, and I'm like, oh yes. Awkward situation. And very often it's satellite or just a plane or a planet. Very often people think Venus or Jupiter is a thing. And there's a lot of people on the internet. Let's go down here so we can get out of the wind. A lot of people on the internet, they're they see anything slightly mysterious, and so many people think it's some metaphysical phenomena or something. And no, the wind isn't good there. So, and I saw one video on the internet. It was a lady, it was of this a webcam over this marina. And no offense if this is you and you're watching, I've made mistakes too. But she was there were drips of rain appearing on the webcam, and she was this drip of rain over here is the negative entity, and this drip of rain over here is the positive, and there's 11,000 people watching or something, and and then she claimed it was some plasma organism manifesting above the marina, and there were all these boats parked up in the marina, and you thought they'd possibly come out their boat and take a look if there was this interplanetary plasma war going on above their boats. But anyway, we're going off on a tangent. So I thought I'd talk about the recent UFO sightings over San Diego. So I'm a channel, and some people watching this will probably be like, well, you're a channel, so why don't you just channel the beings you connect with? Beings, I think it might have been them. Well, the reason is I haven't channeled them yet, and I think I am going to do a channeling and connect with them and ask them about it. But it ain't so easy to channel this kind of information. Going down Extraterrestrial Avenue. Another story. Look at my other videos, my last video. So yeah, when you're channeling, if someone asks you a question how do I find my life purpose, or how do I go deeper into my spirituality, you can connect into the ET consciousness and kind of intuitively feel from their vibrational field what the answer is. And I'll talk about this more in the channeling video, likely, actually, because that'd be more relevant to people who click on that link. And so, but channeling information, was that your ship? You've got to go really deep and make sure you've got a really solid connection, because it's easy for your mind to get involved in things like this if you're only in a light channeling state. So I haven't connected with the ETs yet and channeled this. Come on, wind, be nice to me, or come on, peaceful, calm day, law of attraction. And so that is the reason I haven't channeled the answer yet, but I probably will do, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So I think we'll go this way because there's less people, and we're going to the square down there, weird energy. I can feel everyone sensing into me, what's this guy doing? And so what do I think just from looking at the videos I've looked through? There's not that much information on the internet. So apparently on Monday night there was a UFO flap over San Diego in California, and it was seen as far away as Tijuana, and I was like, whoa, it's seen in California and Tijuana. And so I looked on Google Maps to see how far San Diego was from Tijuana, and it's a 53-minute drive. So, so that was a bit of a shock to me. You learn something every day. And so that wasn't a huge surprise that they were seen in San Diego and Tijuana. It shows that it was, quite a big thing in the sky. And the real question is, was it flares or was it a UFO? And so some of the people were saying it was moving around. They were moving together, then spreading apart and going left and right. And other people were saying and there was a light breeze, and they stayed completely stationary for a while. And they were saying that they were in the sky for 20 minutes, which seems a bit unlikely if they're flares. And looking at the news channels, a few news channels had covered it, and they were saying Like all they can find out is that the police said that they asked the local lifeguards, if they were, come on wind, be nice. They asked the local lifeguards, let's see if the wall can help with the wind. They asked the local lifeguards what they were, and the lifeguards said, oh, they're flares, they're like, and the Navy used them in operations. And so, yeah, but like lifeguards, like there's a difference between what I understand between the lifeguards and the Coast Guard. Like the Coast Guard is like responsible for monitoring the seas and like kind of like advanced stuff and that. But like lifeguards, like to me, lifeguard means like someone just out of college. You know? like I don't know what the lifeguards like you are like in San Diego, but like lifeguards in the UK, they're normally like kids doing their summer work before they go to university. So, and also they said they contacted like the Navy. Like lots of the news channels said they contacted like the Navy and I don't know, all the official organisations to ask what they were, and they hadn't got back to them. One of the news channels said that, what did it say? It said, my mind's gone blank, what's going on? One of the news channels said that, what the fuck did it say? Where's my mind gone blank? I was just about to say it. People clicking off the video. Hold on there, guys, it's coming to me. They said that they'd contacted, no, they said that it was not on radar. That was it. Yeah, they said they contacted somewhere. I guess they got information from somewhere that the local radar said that there were no military manoeuvres in that area that night. So that's super interesting. So and everyone else was saying they're waiting to hear back from the Navy and that. So perhaps gone are the days when the Navy instantly just come up and like blatantly say it's flares to whatever it is, or it's swamp gas, or it's old joke. UFologists know what I'm talking about. And so yeah, so it looks like very likely that it could have been a legitimate sighting of ships, because it doesn't appear to have been moving like flares. It appears to be in the sky much longer than flares. Apparently the local radar installation said there were no military aircraft in that area at that time. They were in the sky for like 20 minutes. It was stationary for a long time with no wind. It was, some people said they saw them doing, which kind of contradicts what I just said, but saw them doing like maneuvers, like moving together, then moving apart. They were in like these triangle formations, and it was very reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights, which were the Yael, as I understand it, who I channel. So hold with me, like skeptics, ufologists. So it's very reminiscent of the famous Phoenix Lights sighting, which was definitely an extraterrestrial craft. I suggest you do a bit of research if you're interested in this and you don't know what I'm talking about. There's a good documentary called Out of the Blue. If you type in to YouTube, Out of the Blue UFO documentary, one of the first cases they cover is the Phoenix Lights, and there's quite a few people have covered the Phoenix Lights story, where like this mile-wide ship appeared over the Phoenix Basin in Arizona. Bashar, channeled by Daryl Anker, said, someone said, why Phoenix? And he was like, hello, Phoenix, birthing from the ashes. Like, 'cause he talks a lot about our civilization being reborn anew. And Bashar says our civilization is going to go, well, he's saying this for many years, I presume he's still saying this, but it's happening now. So he's changed his rhetoric, that's not the right word. Bashar says that our civilization is going to go into like a complete collapse, and we're going to rebirth anew as like a fifth dimensional golden age, fourth density fifth dimensional golden age. And so the reason they appeared over the Phoenix was because this is what Earth's going through, and we're going into like the kind of the ashes phase now, aren't we? You know, there's a lot of chaos. Like, anyway, we won't get into that. So yeah, it was very reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights UFO sighting over Arizona in USA. Is Phoenix in Arizona? I think so. I'm from the UK. I don't know. And so yeah, like the way the lights appeared, 3 lights in a tray. If you look at the Phoenix Lights sighting, it's very similar. And so yeah, so So, and also, like, it does look like it could be like flares, though, doesn't it? But the thing is, like, the ETs, they don't like to force themselves on anyone yet. And, like, this goes quite deep into psychology and the laws of the universe and the way that ETs operate, and the idea of one of the laws of the love-like reality, that they have to respect people's free will and not force themselves on people and not, like, interfere with it, with the natives. Like, isn't there, like, a Star Wars protocol? Like, don't interfere with the evolving natives or something like this, like I don't know what it's called. So come on, Trekkies, tell me what it is. And where and it's kind of like that. They're like if they see people are just going through their own, because they understand that as souls we came to Earth to evolve and to grow and to learn and to come to the realization. This is half of the fun and the joy. It doesn't always feel like it, of being a human being, that we get to go through the experience of forgetting that we're like infinite source consciousness and infinite souls of infinite consciousness and bliss and euphoria, having a human experience and then waking up to that within the dream, waking up within the dream, as Bashar says, which is what a lot of us are going through now. And this is what we came for. Whereas if the ETs were just to land and say, ha, you're infinite beings, you've got nothing to worry about, here, have these infinite technological advices to give you instantaneous knowledge that you are self-realized God beings and can create anything you want instantaneously, it kind of ruined the journey of being an Earth human, wouldn't it? And this is what Bashar says, and this is what the Yahyel channel, who I channel, say, because they're very connected to Pashar's civilization. And so the ETs, like they can't like force themselves onto people, and it's like they kind of show themselves in like ways that I've experienced this a lot. Like it's only more recently I've had very phenomenal sightings and phenomenal experiences. When it first started, it's just like little lights in the sky, and it was like this light that moved up and down and left and right, disappeared when I asked it to. Like, it was pretty in your face. But a lot of the time they just show themselves, but I was trying to contact them, so I was obviously very open to it at the time, although not totally believing. It was weird. I had like contradictory beliefs, but the mind is a very strange thing. And so they seem to, to get to the, to get, blah, 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 to cut a long story short, they tend to show themselves in ways where people who don't want to believe them don't have to believe them. Like they're like people who don't believe they exist. It's like giving them a get out, so that they can say, oh, they're just flares. Like, you can see they're flares. They look like flares. Whereas if they were like, flying saucers appearing over San Diego, and they suddenly like beam down a light and and you saw like 5 people like hovering through the sky into the ship, and it was all over YouTube, that would be kind of like infringing on people's free will to believe that they don't exist, because like you can't write that off as flares, can you? So they tend to show themselves in ways that where people can choose to believe what they want to believe about the situation, and they don't force themselves on people. So this is perhaps one reason. Hello. This is perhaps one reason why they why they came in this pattern, and they I got my mind thrown by the women. This is perhaps one reason why they showed themselves, and it could perhaps look like flares. So I think I've discussed everything I wanted to talk about. I think it was, I'm like kind of 60-40, because it did look a lot like flares, but I do believe that they're like 60 to 70. I think I'm 60 to 70% believing it was extraterrestrial, 30% believing it was flares. I don't think it was flares. I think it was real, by the reaction. Also, like, this is what I wanted to say as well, it was so reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights sighting. If you look at the documentary, like I said, Out of the Blue on YouTube, search Out of the Blue UFO documentary, like when they're talking about it, like the reporters are almost like parroting exactly the same words. It's like, because there's such an energy, because this is the thing, when they're real ETs, but it's perhaps even if they were flares, people are like connecting into the consciousness of ETs just by thinking about them. So this could affect it that way. I'm getting quite deep here, but some of you will know what I'm talking about. But the point is, there's like this energy when the sightings are real. It creates this buzz and it creates this energy, and everyone's like, whoa, and like people speak in a higher vibration, and people speak differently. And like if you watch the Out of the Blue documentary about the the UFO sighting, the Phoenix Lights. It's like the way they talk. It was so reminiscent. The ship, the way it looked was so reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights, and I can feel the energy of the Phoenix Lights talking about it now. I think the ETs are here, guys. Should I point the camera up just in case? So. I don't look so good from that angle, maybe not. So the energy was so reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights, like the way they talked about it, the way the lights looked. It seemed to appear like the Phoenix Lights sighting, which was a major sighting and a very real sighting, and I believe the Yael and the White Channel. Check out my channel, Jonathan. Channeling sessions, half price. No, I'm joking, guys. Well, they are kind of at the minute. If you want one, message me if you want a half price channeling session. So yeah, and like the way they talked about it, they're like, mysterious lights over San Diego tonight. What were the lights in the skies? They were the buzz of the town. Some people, the lifeguards in the Phoenix Lights, it says that the military say they were flares because there's a big cover-up back in those days. The cover-up seems to be disappearing. This is one positive thing we're getting from this. So back in the day, like it was on the Phoenix Lights, it was like the military say they were flares. The people say they couldn't have been flares. And like it was very much like that, like the lifeguards, the teenage lifeguards say they were flares. The teenagers say they were flares. The people say they couldn't. The people who saw it say they couldn't have been flares. It was, you listen to the news reports, type in UFOs, or a lot of them are titled "Mysterious Lights over San Diego," and compare it to the energy, and like there seems to be some energy to it, which is another sign that they could be extraterrestrial guys. So, let me know what you think. Do you think they were extraterrestrials, or do you think they were flares, or do you think they were the lifeguards sending up fireworks into... Okay, I'm being silly now, guys. But yeah, peace out, and I'll probably do a channeling on this. I'll probably connect in with the Yael, being as it did look like it could have been the Yael, and see what they say, and do another video within the next few days, guys. Peace out, love, light, and Shivai. The ETs are real, whether this was flares or not. I know 100% the extraterrestrials are real. I've been on the ships. It was very bizarre. There was missing time. I went into another dimension. I appeared in another part of the forest. There were fighter jets flying around in my house, flying around above my head. That was another story, above my house. Check back my YouTube channel for around September 2018, or particularly check my Facebook channel. Look at the live streams from September the 11th. Look at the live stream on my Facebook channel from September the 11th 2018. You will have a laugh as someone's just got off an extraterrestrial craft and is going crazy. Have a great day, guys. See you in the next video. Shivai. Maybe I'll put a link to that Facebook video in the YouTube blah 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 stuff text box below. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye. Shivai.